It's pretty funny. I forgot about that this morning, and I got here and I walked outside and I came back in and there was like 2 grocery bags in my office, and I was super confused by what that was. And I started rifling through them and I was like, dude, I don't need pasta. Is somebody wanting me to cook them a meal? I don't understand. But I figured it out. Good for you. Go Giants, right? Woo!
Give me a G. I Ryan Wilson in my pumpkin. So,
I want to share some cake with you guys tonight, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it till after I'm done speaking. So I talked to one of my friends pretty recently, and for some reason, don't question me, but I asked him, I'm like, have you ever seen the show Glee? Have you ever watched that show? And his response to me, which is actually kind of funny, his response to me is, dude, do you think I have time to watch TV? Now, it's funny because he wasn't like offended or weirded out that I asked him if he watched Glee. It was just the fact that he didn't have time to watch TV. I heard somebody say a few days ago, talking about breakfast, what they had for breakfast, and they're like, do you think I have time to eat breakfast? Do you think I actually eat breakfast? Who has time for that? And probably a couple weeks ago, I talked to this one lady, and she goes, I don't remember how we were talking about it, and she goes, do you think I have time to recycle? Because I was looking to throw something away, she's like, oh, we don't recycle, we don't have enough time. And I'm just sitting there thinking, well, just put a recycle bin next to the trash. It's just, choose one. Not that difficult. But it's funny, do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel like you just don't have enough time? You're so busy with stuff, we get so wrapped up in so many things that we just don't have enough time, and we have all these excuses and all these things that we have to do. And when we're not doing them, we're spread too thin. Or when we're doing it, we're spread too thin, and when we're not, we feel like we should be, and we feel like we're letting people down. You guys ever feel like that? You feel like you're letting people down because you're not doing all the things that you think you should be doing. Well, life is not meant to be lived like that. It's not meant to be lived that way. Think about something right now. Think about the most pressing thing on your mind that you have right now going on. Like, as soon as I get out of here tonight, I gotta go do this. Or I gotta accomplish that this week. Just think about it in your head, you don't have to say it out loud. Think about what that is. Okay, now I want you guys to think about all the things you have to do and what that would look like if you actually did have enough time to complete all that stuff. Okay? So all the things on your to-do list, and what would that look like if you were able to do everything? How would you accomplish that? See, the truth is we have so many things that we could be doing, and so in our minds we think that we should be doing those things because there's always so many things. But when we say yes to something, we say no to something else. And when we have to say no to something, it means because we've already said yes to something else. And there just is not enough time to get everything done. There just isn't. And this is something that Jesus understood really well. He understood that really well. There were so many times in the Bible where Jesus just ditched out. He dipped out on when things were going on in the city, and he was with his disciples, and there was healing, and there was people lined up to talk to him. Jesus would just walk away. He'd be like, all right, cool, I'm just going to go chill in the wilderness. Or I'm going to go find a spot alone to sit and pray and just be by myself. You guys kind of take care of that. Or he'd single somebody out, some random person they shouldn't have been talking to in the first place, and he'd sit down with them for an hour and have a full-on conversation just to listen to that person. That's who Jesus was. Could you imagine if you were one of the disciples and you were following him around and he's now called you into this life of doing, and then you're watching him like bail on this stuff and you're like, Jesus, come on. There's all these people that need to be healed and we don't have enough time. We got to do this. And why were you only here for 3 years doing ministry with us? When you could have been here like 7 years or 8 years. Where were you? You know, why this, why that? Why do you keep leaving? Because there's so much to do. I always picture this, and I think that Jesus would sit there. I feel like Jesus would look at them after the disciples say, look, we don't have any time to waste. And I picture Jesus looking at the disciples. He said, yeah, you're right. We don't. And that's why I'm over here spending that time alone talking with my Creator.